Alright, it's time for more Tekken 8 Season 2 changes. This time we're going over a pretty strong character from Season 1, Feng. In Season 2, they want to tone down the effectiveness of his low-risk pokes and expand his offense from Lingering Shadows, which is this. They also, for some reason, buffed the tracking on his forward 4, so it now catches or tracks more to his right side to cover for his weakness to sidestep left, which I think is extremely stupid. So let's get into his changes, starting with the emergency patch changes. 3 hold 1+2, forward 1+2, and his heat smash on block. None of them cause a wall stagger anymore. And that's pretty much it for the emergency patch changes. Forward 1+2 is no longer a heat engager, but they've also gave it more tracking to Feng's weak side. Really stupid. While standing 1-3 is now a 13 frame while standing heat engager. That's actually really good for Feng, honestly. Back turn 2 is now -9 on block. This was -13 before. Also, it no longer has its power crush. It also now does 20 damage instead of 27. And in heat, it is now a launcher again. Back 4-2 is a mid-high string. The first hit is 12 to 13 frames, the second hit is 22 frames. It's natural on hit. The second hit is slightly delayable. It's pretty hard to actually delay it, but it is possible to delay it. On block, back 4 is -10, on hit it's +2, the full string is -6, it's +3 on hit, but you can duck that high. Second hit is a high attack, so if you block you can duck it, but it's kind of a mind game on whether he's going to finish that or not. Also at a bit of a distance, like from tip range, if you can land this, it's basically safe, because jabs are not going to reach it. Also, he can go into Lingering Shadows by holding down forward. This makes it -1 on block. On hit, it is +8. In heat, he also has back 4, 3+4. Even though you can delay that second hit, as you can see, it's not natural if you delay it. On hit, why did that happen there? On hit, it's natural, but you don't get a follow-up. However, it does wall splat. This move is like very awkward. Sometimes it comes out natural and sometimes it doesn't, but yeah, it wall splats. As you can see on block, it is +12. Back 3 on hit, it doesn't knock down anymore, it's still +6. On block, it is now +4, thank god. The +6 knee is no more. Or at least it was no more until you realize that you can go into Lingering Shadows by holding down forward, making this +8 on hit, and still +6 on block. On counter hit, you get the knockdown into +10. Shifting Clouds 2. As you can see, this move knocks down for +25, but now you can go into Lingering Shadows by holding down forward, and that makes it +29. Yeah, nice. On block, it is +1. Also, Feng now has a new heat smash. As you can see, this goes into a throw on hit, dealing 55 damage instead of the 48 it did before. It does not wall splat from a mile away anymore, which is a really good change, but this should actually be the norm now. Like, why does Jin still wall splat from a mile away? Yoshi, like, all of them should actually just be doing what Feng's does now, which is that. Shifting Clouds 3, the 22 frame high homing attack, or 22 to 23 frame, is now +6 on block and leaves the opponent closer to you. Forward 4, I mentioned this already, it has improved tracking to Feng's weak side. Why are we getting rid of weaknesses? This is really stupid. Feng's 1+2 and his while standing 1+2. Why did I get the full string there? That's not what I wanted. His while standing 1+2 after the punch parry now leaves the opponent closer to you on hit. The shoulder is now much more consistent. Back turn 1 now has reduced distance to the opponent on hit. I don't know if this guarantees shoulder. Oh, it does, yeah. Guarantees shoulder on hit. Back turn 3 into Shifting Clouds, as well as forward 3 into Shifting Clouds. Both of them are now +8 on hit and on block. I think they were +4 before that on block. In heat, forward 1 +2 now gives +12 when a guard breaks. It used to give +11. So previously, the only thing you could actually get there was back 1. It would connect. And yeah, back 1 was like the only massive guaranteed thing you would get there, especially at the wall. But now you can get your back 4, which means back 4-2 into +8. Or that. Now, out here in the open, that's not really all that great, but at the wall splat, but I don't know the combo. I'm not gonna try anything there. QCF1 got a lot of changes, holy shit. So it is now an 18 to 19 frame low. Why did they make this enunciable low? But it was 22 to 23 frames before. It also has reduced distance on hit, and you can go into crouch by holding down. It is also now doing 20 damage instead of 23. It is also neutral on hit now instead of +2. On counter hit, it does not launch anymore. Instead, it gives you +12. There's nothing guaranteed. If it hits grounded, it now knocks the opponent away from you. And they've also reduced the hitbox, so it's easier to sidestep the move, at least. I mean, they sped it up quite a bit. QCF2 is now also 18 to 19 frames, so this got sped up as well. This was 22 to 23 frames before. As you can see, it also now bounds on hit. I think this would launch before. It's now also -12 on block. This was -14 before. So they've made it safer and faster. It also got its hitbox expanded downward so that it's more useful in combos. Feng's back forward 1 actually isn't there anymore. The input is now up back 1. On hit, it does 20 damage instead of 25. And on counter hit, it knocks down for a guaranteed shoulder. This would actually launch before a counter hit, so it's kind of a massive nerf on this move. In heat, 3+4 now recovers 3 frames faster on hit. Its damage also went down from 30 to 23. Also, for whatever reason, it now spikes if it hits an airborne opponent. Why? Down forward 3 now does 17 damage on hit instead of 21, and on block, it is now -9 instead of -7. That I think is actually kind of good change considering it's a mid-launcher. Up forward 3 is now -7 on block. This was -1 before, so no more doing this into punch parries and sabakis. While rising 2 no longer wall splats. To be fair, this move should not have been wall splatting in the first place, but it's kind of a nerf. Shifting Clouds 4 now has reduced backward movement after this move actually comes out, so it's no longer as evasive as it was before. Overall, in Season 1, Feng was a strong character, and he remains a strong character in Season 2. And even though they said they want to nerf his low-risk pokes and stuff, I don't see it, because, I mean, of course he still has his jabs. Down forward 1, down 4, sidestep 2, down back 3, well, this is risky, but it's still there. And now back 4, which has an extension which turns this into a mind game. Am I just doing back 4, or am I throwing out back 4 too? Like, and yeah, back 4 is -10, but that's not massively unsafe. And by the way, it gives Feng, this back 4 too, gives Feng a proper combo from Kenpo 1 on counter hit. Look at that, 81. I mean, it's kind of cool that he gets a proper combo there, but I don't know. Feng is a character kind of like Lee, where if you give them something good, it might be too good. If you nerf something, it could be detrimental to the character. So it's hard to balance characters like these, but Feng in Season 2 didn't get absolutely wrecked like Lee did. But trying to like make Feng more of a stance character, like, yeah, trying to make Feng more of a stance character, I don't really agree with. try to get rid of his weakness to sidestep left. I don't really agree with that either. But you guys let me know what you think about Feng's changes. If you liked, leave a like. Dislike if you didn't. I wonder how damaging Feng's combos can actually get in Season 2. Like, I don't know anything optimal. I'm getting 89. Like,